Welcome everybody to 48 Talk, episode number 56. I'm your host, Rage Baldy, as always. Joining me this time way early in the morning in the Netherlands. It's Derek on the bottom left. Nagatsuki Nura, welcome back on the bottom right. And joining us
Hi,
for the
guys.
first time is Cristafari on my right.
Yay! Finally!
Hey.
Finally!
Oh man,
Yay!
it's so early over here. I fell asleep actually, so I'm sorry about that. Well yeah, so first off, Nagatsuki Nura, welcome back to the show. You've been missed, it's been a while.
Been a while.
And
God.
for the first
When
time
was
then,
the last time?
I think a few months back, very early in the episodes.
I think it's almost a year, I think.
Almost a year, I think.
I think it's been a year because I remember last time it was during actually a busy month for me, and that was already past at the moment, so it's been a year actually since
wow.
I appeared.
So the
Wow.
1 year appearance of Nagatsuki Nura.
Yes, it'll be like an annual thing for her. Every year she's gonna come out once.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah,
But try not to call me during that busy month actually.
Right?
but joining us for the first time is Cristafari. So
Yes.
as always,
Hi, Chris.
our first
Hey.
question is, how do you get into AKB and who is your Oshi?
All right. Well, let me make a long story short right from the get-go. Back in 2006, I had some time on my hands and just kind of stumbled across some J-pop videos and made some friends online. And one of those friends introduced me to a relatively new group that she thought was pretty good, and she sent me the music video to Aitakata. And I liked it, and I loved Achan, because she's so prevalent on the video. And eventually, I just became a fan of the group and started getting more into them. My original Oshiman, and you don't hear this one from too many people, was Oe Tomomi. And I liked her because she had that really funny at-home video where she had her dog fight a stuffed animal cat. But when I finally first went to Japan and actually saw the group, my Oshiman became Ohori Megumi. And for 2 years, she was my Oshiman until finally I Oshi-hand and settled on Iwasa Misaki, Wasamin. And Wasamin's been my Oshiman for about 7-8 years now.
Oh yeah.
That's
nice.
amazing. So yeah, currently you guys, I think 50% of you are in Japan, and one of you is near Japan. So what's
Actually,
it
I'm
like?
still far away.
Oh, it's still far away. Time zone is a lot earlier than -7 hours.
I still need to take 2 flights to go there.
Ah,
Wow.
It's more than me from California.
I know.
yeah. So,
Same here.
So Chris, you moved actually to Japan, right?
Yeah, so back in 2015, I kind of decided to change my life. So I pretty much sold everything I had, including my house, my car, and I moved out here. And the whole point was to figure out a way to get a visa to stay out here for a longer period, which I did eventually figure out how to do that. And I flew home for the spring and summer and got my visa together and moved back last summer. And right now I'm in the process of my visa would have expired here pretty soon, but right now in the process of getting it extended out for it looks like another 2 years. So
amazing.
Yeah. You see, the real issue for me with this is that I was in Pittsburgh, around that area, and I moved to LA just to hang out with Chris. And the year I moved there, what does he do? He leaves. He goes to Japan. So now I have to follow Chris to Japan and move there too. So
is that what's going on?
That's kind of the secret plan, because you're just so cool, man. We hang out every time I'm here,
Wow.
and
I don't know
like we
about
were
that.
yesterday. No, you are, man. 'Cause, okay, for those of you who don't understand, Chris is very humble. He's basically Kami Senpai status among AKB fans. If you don't understand something, like it's because of him. I mean, yes, when I got into AKB, it was because of AK Bingo, and I've told that story before in here. But the like catalyst to my fandom was Chris's blog, because at one point I discovered this amazing blog of his online, and here's this guy meeting all these girls, and he details everything. And I'm thinking, I have to do this someday in my life, and never thought I would have the opportunity. And I just kept reading Chris's stuff and vicariously being an AKB fan through him. And so when I finally got to meet him, and then he was like real cool and chill, that was awesome. But then Chris took it to the next level, and he's like helped me live my dreams. I've got to meet Tani because of him. When I got here, this recent trip here to Japan was very last minute. Of course, Chris is like, hey man, come on, Wasserman's show on this day. We gotta go to SKE. SKE's coming, and I was like, I don't know. Chris like educates me. He says, okay, you gotta get this. You having problems? I'll help you. Here, do this. And guess what? Me and him went to SKE handshake event yesterday, which was awesome. We can talk about that in a moment. But the point is, Chris is somebody very special in the AKB fandom. I love him to death, like a brother. But I also think, more importantly, if you are an AKB fan or just starting, you got to read his blog. You got to check out what he says. He's also a moderator on Stage 48. Because, I don't know, Chris, I think you get it. I think you've got it for a long time. And it's nice to be around somebody who really has encapsulated the whole AKB experience.
So he's the senpai.
He is
Dai senpai.
Is that
He's
who I am?
not the senpai. Yes.
Awesome.
You're my
Yeah,
ocean.
okay, Ko.
As far as
Okay,
fans
Ko.
go. You're
Hi.
That's my ocean.
Yeah. Well, get
You
us
have a
through then.
fan.
So you went to a handshake event.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So
What was it
cool.
like?
Chris, go ahead, because you had a little more experience, but I think I want to say something, but I know what you're going to say, so please go ahead and say it.
Well,
Go ahead.
yesterday was the first individual handshake event for SK's new single. What's it? Igai ni Mango? Is that the name of the song?
Yeah.
Which I actually do like that song. I know it's had some mixed reviews. I also really like the Team E song a lot too. In fact, both Derek and I were talking about that, how we both really like that Team E song.
Be awesome.
But I like going to the SKE events and the HKT events more than the 48 events. They're smaller. They don't have the Yoshimashi thing going on, but it's a chance, especially if you like those groups, including NMB or NGT. If you like a specific sister group, it gives you a chance to support them more directly. And when I go to 48 group events, I have to kind of limit the members I buy tickets for each group because I have to think about all the different groups. But with SKE now I could buy 6 or 7 different members, and that's what I did, including a lot of K2 members because I saw K2 in the theater and I got fished a lot, so I felt like I needed to go see those members. Unfortunately, one of them, Soda Sarana, got a case of pink eye this weekend, and she was out for the weekend, so I didn't get a chance to use that ticket.
But you did get to see.
No,
Very
let's see.
interesting
Well,
people.
the one person I met for the first time was Aoki Shiori, who she actually threw the streamer at me at the Team K2 show I saw, and actually beckoned me, catch it, grab it. So, and she was really nice. But the funny thing was, I was wearing the Kauton. I was wearing this, and she grabbed onto it, and I wasn't sure if she was grabbing it because, like, hey, you're not my Oshiman, or I just finished telling her how I was a big fan of Team K2, and maybe I was like, yeah, I'm a fan of Team K2, see? But at the end of the day, she was really nice, and I mentioned, while we were talking with the show, I actually got a chance to see Masanya, who's somebody I used to go see all the time and hadn't seen for a while. And it was really neat because after I said, long time no see, she was like, yeah, but I see you all the time in Kauton's lane. So, but I think the real meat and potatoes of the day was going to see Kauton and Tani. And unfortunately for Derek, he got in a little too late to get Tani tickets. But we both went in for Kauton, and I think I have a new Kauton convert. Do I not?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Oh my God. Yeah. Like I was waiting in line, right, for Kauton, and then actually I went and saw Churi and Oba Minaroon and then I had 2 tickets for Calaton. And like, well, I remember I was waiting in line for Churi. I saw Tani. She came out. Oh my God, my girl looks so hot. She had like a nice tight black skirt. Her hair was pitch black. She was looking good, like not goofy Tani. She was like, I'm going out tonight and getting drunk Tani. Like she looked amazing.
Wow.
Hopefully she didn't. But I mean, she already acts like she's drunk. But I would say like when I was thinking, okay, Calaton's it's gonna be good. But words can't even properly describe how incredible this girl was. Because number one, she doesn't listen to any of the guards. So I'm standing there in line, and the guards are just like, Mama naka desu, and they're so bored because they know she's ignoring them. And they don't even try to push you out. What they do, Chris noticed, is they kind of move forward so she doesn't go back. Because she'll take your hands like this. She'll do the double, and then she'll walk with you all the way to the exit. And so the guards kind of move this way to make sure she doesn't go back. But the whole time, she's talking to you. I saw one guy, as he was walking away, she kept yelling at him. He kept trying to, okay. And she just would not leave him alone. And everybody in the other lanes are just laughing. And then when I got to her, she was so happy. And she grabbed my hand so hard, I thought she was going to break them. I mean, she has a really strong grip.
Really?
She's like Moriosu. Yeah, she's like Madoka. When Moriosu grabbed my hand, she has like real strong grip, and she didn't want to let me go. Like I felt like I had to go. She wouldn't let me go, and then she kept like asking me questions, and I actually understood some of what she was asking me and everything. And then like the second time when I saw her, like I had come in and told her like, why do you use a video camera? And then she was explaining and everything, and then I was like, oh, by the way, you're really beautiful. And she's like, oh, thank you. And then she's like, beautiful girl. And I'm like, yes, beautiful girl. And she's like, yuta. And I'm like, and she's like, I'm like, you are. No, she's like, no, you say it. And I'm like, you're a beautiful girl. And everybody around me started laughing. And then she was like, yes. And then she like went on. I mean, this girl is insane. Oh, she fished me so hard. If I didn't love Tani so much, I would instantly make her my Oshi.
You're already on our wall like a trophy case.
Oh my God, that is so
I
cute.
mean, just another example. The last ticket I had for Cowtown after Derek left, each ticket's supposed to be 8 to 10 seconds, and she had me in there for almost a minute because she just wasn't finished talking to me. And the guards know. She trains the guards. If they start trying to push you out, she'll turn around and tell them to stop. So yeah, she had me in there for almost a minute. And speaking of Tani with the black hair, I feel kind of bad now because I kept making a big deal about her hair and how pretty I thought she looked. But I noticed on her, I think it was her blog last night, she actually posted that everybody was talking about her hair, and she actually started feeling kind of uncomfortable about it.
What, it was so black?
It was jet black.
It was jet black, and she had on kind of a black top, and she looked really sexy. But I've learned from going to Tani, she likes being told that she's cute. And she's asked if she was cute. She's asked me before if she was cute. And if I ever say anything else like, no, you're beautiful or you're sexy, she'll always go, does that mean I'm not cute?
Yeah. She's kind of she just likes playing with you. But back to Calaton too, like in that sense, like the one thing about Calaton also, like when I talk to her, it's like she really makes a point to make every single person feel special. Like when I saw Churi and Minaru, and they gave me the classic, oh, Gaijin in my lane look. And basically when I told them, like, I've been fans of theirs and I like them on TV. When I told Churi I thought she was funny on TV, she's like, me? She's like, omoshiroi? And I'm like, yeah. And then when I talked to her about her birds, she was super happy when I talked to her about her birds and everything. And as I was the guards kind of pushed me out pretty hard on their lane because I wouldn't go because I was so excited to see Churi. And she kept talking, like she didn't leave my eye contact until I literally was going down the lane. And I was impressed with her because Churi sometimes gets mixed reactions, doesn't she, Chris? Like, didn't you tell me like she's kind of like she's either on or off?
I don't know about that, but I've always considered her very business-like. She's not going to be overly Genki. She's not going to really try to fish you. She's very kind of nice to meet you, kind of official. Although I do notice that one way to her heart is through talking about her birds.
Yeah, as soon as I said it, she was happy.
I think the best handshake I ever had with her was a long time ago. I asked her how Papitan was. And he all of a sudden responded in English, Papitan Genki, Papitan cute.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Papitan's still alive anymore. So
Yeah,
I
you
don't
gotta be
wanna ask
careful.
anymore. I don't want to say how's Papitan and have her go. Papitan died.
Yeah. I hate to laugh, but you're right. Like that's what I thought about it. I'm like, oh shoot, should I ask her about her birds? What if one of them died recently? She'd probably like break down. But I would say, and then like Minaroon, I'm just gonna say this right now. Easily one of the most attractive members I've seen in a long time. I don't know. Like, again, TV is so weird like that. It gives you such the wrong impression of these girls. Because number one, they're all shorter than short. That's a big thing you don't really understand. Like Kawatan, oh my god, that girl is tiny. Like she looks tiny on screen. She is tiny. Like Takamine tiny. It looks like.
Okay. What's her height?
It can't be that tall. I mean, she's as tall as a drink of water. That's about it. But I would say like as far as like Minaroon goes, she was very she was like really thin. Which it's weird because when you put her against a lot of other members, of course she looks a little bigger. But I gotta tell you, man, she looked great, and she was also extremely kind to me. She was very friendly, laughed, smiling the whole time, held my hand really, really good. Like I don't know, she was my first person I saw, so it was nice. And like Chris said, it wasn't busy. Like it was like the lanes weren't bad. I mean, they like for Kawatan it was looped a little, but that's understandable because she takes her time. But like for Churi and Minaroon, like I went through fairly quickly, so it was nice. It was super easy. Everything was not complicated. I don't know. It was really fun.
What was the atmosphere like since the Junken announcement?
I didn't notice anything really. I know some gentleman named Nori came up and talked to me just randomly out of the blue, and then talked to Chris, and he's a big Gotodara fan, and so he was really excited about meeting her. It was friendly. I don't know, Chris, did you? Well, you didn't exactly have a good experience, but I did.
With who?
With the one fan that was like.
Oh well, let's not get into that.
Let's not get into it.
Every once in a while,
something happened.
Every once in a while, you'll run into a Japanese fan that isn't really a fan of foreign fans. Let's just put it that way.
Let's just put it that way. Yeah.
And it happens every once in a while, and I just kind of brush it off. I mean, what are you going to do? But as far as the atmosphere was concerned, I think that really the atmosphere overall was just people were excited that they were getting an SKE event. It's been quite a while since SKE has released a single and had individual events. And I mean, you could tell, you saw that goods line, right? I mean, the goods line was the good. I actually braved the goods line, and it took me about 80 minutes to actually get to the front of the line.
80 minutes.
Yeah, it was a really long line, and part of it was because it was the first event. So everything there was brand new that nobody had anymore. I showed you the ticket holder. I also bought the mango soap.
I didn't know you did that. That's funny. Yeah, like
it was only like 800 yen. So they also had mango SKE mango furikake. But I'm like, well, I don't use that, so I'm not going to buy that. So.
Okay.
Didn't you tell me, Chris, it was like the first time they've had an event at Tokyo Big Sight in a long time?
Well, that was the other thing. Yeah, I can't remember the last time any 48 group did an event at Tokyo Big Sight. It used to be, well, back in the old days, it used to be that they would actually do the handshake events at the theater. But eventually they outgrew that, and they started doing them at Tokyo Big Sight. And finally, at some point, they just stopped using Tokyo Big Sight and moved to Makapari and Pacifico, and occasionally Saitama Super Arena. And I've heard different reasons why they stopped using Big Sight. I don't know which one is true, or if any of them are true. I mean, it could just be that, Big Sight's in Tokyo, and it could be less expensive maybe to do them out in Chiba and Kanagawa.
Like Makahari and stuff, yeah.
Right, but it was kind of neat to go back to Big Sight, because that's the scene of a lot of classic handshakes I had many years ago.
Also too, to add to what Chris was saying, like the goods line was extremely long. Probably the biggest queue I saw while I was there, not counting, of course, like the Jirinas and the Dasen lanes and stuff. But I would say the one thing that I found to be very cool was that because this was my actual first individual handshake event I've ever attended, it was just easy. The guards, everyone was chill. And people were nice. I mean, Chris has taught me, being the senpai that he is, to not get upset when people are staring at me, because people always look at my tattoos, and I get hard looks from people. I mean, when I'm in lanes, people are literally staring at me as I'm walking. I don't take offense now because cause Chris, like, they're just curious because I stick out there like a sore thumb. I said the girls too. The girls always comment on my tattoos because they don't see that. But I think overall this time it didn't feel as oppressive in that sense. Everybody was just friendly. Everybody had smiles. It felt really good. It just, I don't know. It was just a really nice event. And my only regret is the same I have now for the past couple events I've been to in Handshakes. I didn't buy more CDs because I wanted to meet a lot more people. Although I did try really hard to just kind of go to the Mumo table. That's where they stamp your tickets when you're, especially you're a foreigner. So they check to make sure you're not lying. And I was like, I'm supposed to get a Tani ticket, and I tried to pull a fast one, but of course they didn't listen, and they're stubborn and just nope, wall, come down. I didn't even try after. I was like, never mind. I whatever. I had so much fun, it didn't even matter. I already met Tani, so it wasn't like it was like completely breaking my heart. And plus, I did get to see her, and she looked, oh my god, she's the vision from heaven. But
that's so nice to finally see your favorite girl, personally talk to her, touch her.
That's a whole different thing. Yes, that's of course very important. But good thing is I'm gonna be in Japan. I'll be seeing her as much as humanly possible. So.
Awesome. Oh yeah, well let's get into that then. So they announced it, I think now almost a week ago. The Junken tournament has dates and has new formats. First of all, what do you think of the format? And several units have been announced. What do you think of the style? Does this has new idea on this side, or do you think?
Okay, could somebody explain it to me? Because I'm actually kind of confused. So the units participate. They send one member up to the table. I don't understand it.
I don't know much.
So basically, you have to be in the unit, and if you're in a unit of 3, there are different slots. So there are a lot of people with a unit of 3, and then there's one unit of 6, and there's one unit of 7, and higher and higher. Yeah, you can rotate. You can send one of those members' units for battling Junken, and then you win as a team, and also you lose as a team. So if you are out, you're out. You don't get another chance in another unit. You're only allowed in one unit, and that's the idea. You're battling for a song, a single, as a unit, and not as an individual. You can be an individual as well, I believe. You don't have to be in a unit, but mostly is a 3-member unit.
Yeah, I heard that Okada Nana and Kojima Mako are making a unit.
Yeah,
aren't they?
Announced today on their showroom. So it was pretty funny to see the showroom there.
What's the name though? The name of their unit?
I think they're still deciding. They had a showroom about it. Let's see. Let's cheat a little on that side. But it was pretty funny to follow because they were in a hotel room because of the Fukuoka free handshake event they're having today. Let's see, what does it say? No, they're still actually deciding for the unit later because they have no clue yet. But it's a 2-member unit.
So I guess, but my question is, so then if, let's say you have 6 members, so only one is going to go compete, and if that person loses, the whole unit's out.
Yes.
So that means though this is going to be the shortest Junken tournament in history. It's only going to be an hour. I mean, because
it's a lot shorter if compared to the other years, I think.
I think that's not surprising since there's so many members now. I think that they're reaching 300-ish now.
380 something now currently.
Yeah. So
I like watching them all though. It's so much fun.
I think that will be longer because now they have to go out as a unit in costumes or in cosplay or as like a team. So the entrance will be a lot longer than the actual Junken tournament itself. So they'll find a way to fill it in. But yeah, back to Nacha for one moment. Funny thing is on the showroom, so they did it in their hotel room. And the first thing says, like Kojima Mako said, yeah, I'm sleeping with Sayaka. Saying right? Yeah. And Sato Kyauri, I think. trying to remember days, and it's like someone asks who are you bunking up with, Nachan? For some reason, no one is sleeping. I'm alone. And that's happening lately, so I think management knows right now. Yeah, just
Members
give,
are scared.
yeah, give Nachan her own room because she can't be trusted with other people.
You know why? You know why?
It happened actually on a recent Team 4 stage. The theme of the Team 4 stage was look to the member on your right and what would you like to do with that member. And for some reason, Nachan was standing next to Murayama Yuri, and she asked the question, what would I want to do with Murayama Yuri? And then Yuri looked
Do anything?
entered like her, and the crowd was like, ooh. She's like, no, 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 no. I just want to cook with her. It's like nothing else. You dirty mind people. Like, yeah, we know what you want.
That's kind of funny.
But it was also a little bit sad because a few days back, STU 48 Center, am I losing your name? I think. Let's see.
Yukino?
Yumirin, I think.
I
Yukino.
don't really
Yeah,
followed
Yukino.
STU.
She was doing a showroom as well and called Nachan live, and she's like, I want to be with you in a unit. And she's like, oh, thank you for asking, but I already have
Kotawa.
plans. So she was like, and then she formed another unit. But it was
Broken.
pretty funny to see that. But what do you think when with other members, you know, you get rejections, you get like heated battles, you get like now close groups. Does this help the group, or does it make this, you know, a bit more hostile in the 48 group?
Well, I mean,
You
I
mean between
think,
members?
yeah, I think hostility's been there for a while, ever since they introduced the SSK. I personally kind of like this idea of doing the units for the Junkin for a few reasons. I was disappointed when they first changed the format and they made it a solo single, because I thought that it really, I for a lot of members, their only chance to really ever be in Senbatsu was to win at Junkin. And when they took that away, it was like they took away, to me, the biggest bonus, especially for those of us who rooted for members who never got into Senbatsu. But I think one thing that's been glaringly missing from AKB for a while has been the units. I mean, we remember the days when we had Rotari Roka and No Sleeves and
Yes,
French
yes.
Kiss and all those.
I realized
so-
that as well.
and we don't have that now. And I
Yeah,
think it
yeah.
would be.
Three Musketeers have also disbanded
Yeah.
after Mickey, graduated. That's sad.
Hmm?
Tentomuchu as well.
But it's yeah.
Go ahead, Chris.
It switches things up, which is good because I think some people also get bored of Junkin. And
I know a certain person who got bored. He's very happy that we don't get to that. It's one of the people who started on 48 Talk, Gino ZX. Oh man, when I told him we were missing Junkin, he was like, just yes, he's so happy. It's like,
I guess that's why they decided to kind of perhaps shorten the tournament.
maybe this year.
That's why the change of plans and strategy maybe. Who knows?
yeah, I can tell you a lot of fans would
Are
not want to go to
dissatisfied?
Junkin because they felt that it was too long and it got boring after a while. But I also like that they're doing it in Nagoya, which they kind of skip Nagoya over for the big events. I mean, they do them in Osaka, and then they went to Hakatan and Niigata, and then Okinawa. It's like what happened to Nagoya. So I'm glad that Nagoya is getting an event like this. So
Yeah.
it's Nagoya, right? Isn't that what I read?
Sorry.
I think you're right. He asked if it's in Nagoya.
Oh yeah, it's in Nagoya actually.
Yeah, it's in Nagoya.
I thought.
Yeah, I'm excited because, of course, Drina's group that got announced with her and Sato Sumar, so Sutan and her, and then Takaki Yamana and everything. That's gonna be a fun group to watch, I think. But I would say, I'm excited about who's formed what. It says maybe it gives us a little bit of insight, perhaps, into either maybe what management has suggested they be as groups, if management has any influence of these formations of units, or is it actually the girls themselves kind of aligning themselves with different members? But for me, see, I'm kind of the opposite of you. I actually liked the Junkin. I liked it. It went on for hours and hours because it's just more time I get to spend with the girls and more time I get to watch them. And I also love just the idea of like a girl like out of nowhere, like Tanaman or Fujita for crying out loud.
Oh, last year was amazing.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, oh my god! And you just didn't. You had that chance, and like you said, Chris, like. But I didn't like the fact they switched to a single, although I did love Fujita's single. I would say like the units that came out of the Junket tournaments, 3 of the songs of all the Junket tournaments in the past, Maricles, Paruru's, and Jirina's, I've actually really enjoyed those songs immensely. Jirina's especially. And like I like the weird mixture of members in it. It was just cool.
Mm-hmm.
So this could give us an interesting mix. It could be something. Go ahead, Chris.
What this
Go ahead,
what this also reminds me of, and let's see if you guys remember this. Back when AKB got all involved with Amoeba Pig, and they did all those Amoeba Pig units, and people were voting on Amoeba Pig for their favorite unit, and that eventually gave us the group Mint, which
That's right.
But that was a lot of fun too, and it was almost the same thing. It was like a unit battle.
Yeah.
So it kind of reminds me of that too, which is kind of cool.
Well,
Robin,
since-
you've been. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Nura. I was gonna say I haven't heard anything. Robin's been so quiet, but go ahead, Nura.
Anyway, just a bit of question. Like since we're talking about Duncan here, I remember it was from I think 2 years ago. Duncan that people were dissatisfied with the winner, so lots of people saying that Duncan may be rigged. They plan for the winner already. Like, what do you guys think about that though?
I think there is some truth to it. Not the whole event, but I think members backstage are like, all right,
Yeah.
when I'm gonna face
But
you.
I think for that certain member, that okay, you're going to win, so you have to win, and yeah, maybe beforehand, before they go up and do the Janken part, you have to lose. You have to choose rock, and then you choose paper. You win. Some people speculate that that's how they rigged,
When the finals happened with Fujinana and Nakanishi Chiori, it was funny that was like lots of draws, but eventually I could tell
Yeah.
Nana's face, they had like this planned out. Then it's like, okay, I'm gonna choose this and then you choose this, and it's like, I won, thank you, and then it was still emotional, but it felt like Chiori didn't want to be the first, have her solo, so that's why they had their joke Senbatsu song, when she comes up in a pig outfit, and I don't know, I don't like that song. It's just weird.
Last year, what's that girl's name? Tanabe Miku, was it? Who won?
Hanneman, yeah. Hanneman.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So like did her popularity like boost or something after she got she won the first place?
No,
No.
she's been in the group.
I knew
it
it.
kind of did actually. I think.
Oh, you mean after? Yeah, it went up.
Yeah, after.
She's like, oh yeah, we forgot about another third gen member instead of Yukirin and Mayu. But it felt like
yeah.
after her single came out, it started to drop again. She was there, she was noticeable, but it felt like, yeah, she will never reach that peak again after winning the Junken. She got a lot of international recognition. That was pretty fun. Getting interviewed by BBC.
Yeah, that was cool. Chris has been a huge Tenement. You've been a huge Tenement fan for forever. And I mean, when you saw her at the handshake events, would you say maybe she had a little bit more people in her lanes going to her, things like that, or?
Definitely, and
Definitely.
Tanaman has always been that 1/3 generation member that everybody always kind of forgot about, and it was nice that she won that because it really was kind of like finally honoring her 10 years later. And she's really a different kind. It's really a different. She's really a different kind of idol. I mean, she's not like a cutesy idol. I mean, she's a beer drinker.
I love it when
she's like an anti-idol.
I love it when
Idol.
at the end of her stage, she had her final performance, and she had the handshake event, then she went to the theater, took down a picture, and she was like, it's over. She was like, glunk, just took a beer and just took a picture of that. That's her final picture.
Yeah,
I went
when
I went
oh,
to
go
one
ahead.
of her last handshake events, and it was funny because I see I was saying her good luck, it's been nice, going to you all these years, and her response to me, because she's a Wasamine fan, she goes, "Don't worry, I'm sure I'll see you at Wasamine's concerts," and
Oh.
I was like, "Well, hopefully we can get her into the fan club, and she can go out and drink with us after the show."
It weirdly enough, I could totally see that happening because life post AKB, like we saw it when me and you went to Iwa with like Nishinomiki there waiting on us and stuff. I mean, they're normal people after that too. I mean, they're normal to begin with, but like after AKB, they can go back to normal life. It's totally plausible Tanaman could go out and have a beer. Why not? I know when I met her, she was very businesslike, but then in fairness to her, it was a national, so I was just moving down the lane. And also the big Oya was in her lane, and people were making a big deal about Oya Shizuka more than Tanaman because there was a particular fan when I met Tanaman that was next to me that was like going crazy over Oya, and they had to like forcibly remove this girl. So but I did have a little bit of time with Tanaman in that sense, but she was just very businesslike. But she's cool, like she's just chill, like a normal girl. Like idols sometimes put on the idol veneer. They try to act like an idol, cutesy, right? Not Tanaman. She's like, this is me. You either like me or not. I could care less. I love it. It's cool. Robin, though, but what do you think? What do you think about the Junkin, the units, all that? What's your personal take on it?
It's something new, and that's what needed in Junken because, like Chris said, the Junken has been. A lot of people don't like it. It's being so long, and it doesn't pay off as much. The members coming out in costumes is the highlight. The actual event itself, it doesn't feel that important. So with this new fresh take on this, it's maybe an idea. Again, seeing the different units with the example, the pets unit with Yokoyama Yui, Yamamoto Saika, and then Miyawaki Sakura.
Yeah, crazy unit.
That's an interesting combination.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then all the other small units or teammate thinking about, what, let's make one big unit that's called teammate. Pretty funny. So they don't make their own senbatsu. It gives us ideas for the future because if there's a great unit but they don't win, Benjamin's like, you know what? Let's make a CD for them, or let's make a concert for this unit and see what happens in the future for that. So there could be a lot of ideas.
Yeah, I could see the Yuihan unit becoming the next like no sleeves, like they're gonna have that whole feel because you have the Sousenkyo. No, well of course no one can ever replace no sleeves, but I'm saying
similar like
no
Nutjets.
sleeves. Yeah, something like that. I could see it.
Well, if the members are popular and big, I'm not surprised if they're going to get special treatments and all. I mean, it's all about big members. They're likely going to sell a lot more, so special treatments for them.
Maybe.
I guess that's quite the sad thing about being in a group that's so many, like 380 plus members, and only a handful of people, members might have that special treatment, while there is like just leave their fate to maybe Duncan.
Right. What's interesting though about that, Nura, and maybe this is just from my perception when I went to the handshake event yesterday, and Chris, you could probably back me up on this. I noticed that there was a lot of members in SKE that I had no idea even who they were, and they had the biggest lines. And I started thinking to myself, we as international fans have a perception of who's big based on their media exposure. But then when you go to the events, you get to see the Japanese fans and their support, and it tends to be, it seems, for a lot of the unknowns. Would you agree, Chris? I mean, did you see that yesterday?
Well, I think you have to take into account that these are the fans that get to go to handshake events, both national and individual. They get to go to the theater. They get to go to concerts. So I think they see it from a more wide perspective. So I don't, as much as it bums me out, I don't blame the Western fans for missing out on some members. I remember that.
Oh, a little lag over there.
when
It's okay. Take your
Robin
time.
had his poll, and I
Okay, give it a moment. Chris,
Hold
if
on,
you can
Chris, we
hear me,
lost you.
if you're coming back, that you can retell your story.
Oh,
Yeah.
there he is. He's back.
okay.
All right.
Go ahead, Chris. Retell.
I don't know where I lost you.
You said it was the whole thing. We lost you right at the beginning of your story.
Yeah.
Something about Western fans like couldn't see much.
Well, I had mentioned the story about when Robin did his poll, and I mentioned that Hidaka Yuzuki was an up-and-coming member, and none of you knew who she was. And if you notice, she actually had a pretty significant line at the event.
Huge.
Right. So, and the fans in Japan have a different perspective because they get to go to handshake events, both national and individual. They get to go to theater shows. So they're seeing things that the Western fans don't necessarily see.
Yeah.
Not that I blame the Western fans. They only have access to what they have access to.
Yeah, I guess that's how,
Right.
that's the difference between international fans who are,
Make it national
didn't go.
impression.
Yeah, go on.
Okay, actually, Chris, the one member yesterday, did you did you see when the one girl was going like this and everybody started doing that to her, like in the lanes, like she was like doing this and all the people started bowing to her? What girl was that? Because I don't think she was a famous. She wasn't a big name. I think she was like a Kenkisei or something. You know what I'm talking about?
That's cool.
I don't know. I didn't notice it.
Oh yeah, you were okay. Maybe you were. I think you were talking to Nori at the time, but I saw it like.
Last event.
Yeah,
Cool.
it was really funny.
It's like
No, I didn't see.
we mentioned it on last week when Josh was on the show. He doesn't watch
Yeah.
the stages a lot, and I try to follow like a lot of Team 4 when they're on stages, and you'll miss a lot of good stuff when they're on stages. And for a lot of people, they don't watch the stages, and then they have to think like, why is this member popular? What did she do? If you watch the stage, you'll just be.
You see why.
A big example, Derek, is when we watched Yamaguchi Mahon. The 1 year of introductions with her. You can see her develop and gain a lot of fans that way. But she didn't have any show or media platform. Well, now she has Showroom, of course, and that helps a lot for a lot of girls. Showroom is.
Yeah.
I can't believe, like, a lot of members, I think, why is this member popular? A big one is Oguri Yuka. Is like, why is she popular? And then you're like, okay, Showroom, she's pretty crazy on that. Well, a lot crazy. And that's the whole thing we're missing out on. There's so much we don't think about, the news will, oh, they're on Music Station, oh, they're on AK Bingo, or, the usual media they're on. I think that in Japan it's easier that the fan base, it's easier to follow because you're there. And you also have the events you can go to. It's easier to go to the events. Like for us international fans to just try and go. It's been easier now since we have the new site. It's more clearer. But it still feels like a whole chore to get to an event compared to when you're in Japan itself.
I totally agree with you, Robin. I like it. Like two points. One, like Ogino Yuka when Ogi decided to destroy the Sousenkyos, everybody's top 10 list with her surprise appearance, I immediately thought, why, how? Of course, now that I've seen her and stuff, A, she's gorgeous, but B, she's really funny in her showrooms, and she just loves dressing up, and her personality shines there. My fear about that, though, is I don't want AKB to become this thing I just see on showrooms when it comes to individual members. I think they just need to have more shows and put more girls on them. But I know that's much more expensive than showrooms, so that's probably why they're not doing it. Whatever on that, that's a whole other thing. But my second thing is, as far as like things getting a little bit easier, that's true to a point. I tried like crazy to get into a AKB theater show here, and literally you still have a very limited window to apply. When you apply, it's not that easy because you have to apply way in advance. It didn't seem much easier. It just seemed, if anything, it could be maybe better, but so far it hasn't. I know for you, Chris, it's been easy because you've lived in Japan. Now, I mean, you even got cancel machi today, which is crazy.
I do.
But it's like you've been going.
Though, so.
Yeah, not a good, but you might still get it. But like you've been able to go to a couple shows now. And mostly it's because you live here in Japan and you're able to put like I swear it has everything to do with your address. I swear, like, and can you write your name in Japanese? But go ahead, Chris. I want to comment. Oh, we lost Chris. Chris has a bad connection.
Oh, it can happen.
I'm still kind of zapping in and out a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens. Skype, amazing.
Let's pause on that for a moment. Nura, can I ask you a
Yeah.
question? When you come to Japan, I mean, have you taken a look at the new AKB site? And I mean, do you feel like you could easily apply, or have you even thought about it or anything? Because I know you don't have any intention to come yet, but
I do
maybe.
have intention to go, but here's the thing. Like my intention to go to Japan is simply to visit there first, to get to know the actual place.
Makes sense.
Compared to expectations and reality, and AKB comes maybe a bit later on because I will need
see.
help for that. And thankfully, I know someone who stays in Japan there. Like she often, she often comes and goes and talks with
Tiffany?
me through line. Yeah, you know that.
Tiffany. Shout out, Tiffany.
Both of us are Nachan fans, so we talk a lot about Nachan, and she shares her experience, being in Japan, and as well as, if there's any events happening within this month to this month. And sadly, whenever I'm free, there's no event. When I'm busy, there's lots of events going on. So yeah, that's why I thought, maybe going for AKB stuff is not my main priority of visiting Japan as of for now. Maybe during my second or third visit. As of initially, I just want to get used to being there first.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's true for you too, Robin, right? Because I mean, you got your trip coming up.
Yeah, but
You just
I would say if anything AKB comes in my path, I will take that path first and directly. I'll see the sites
Well,
later.
of course, I'm going to visit Akihabara as well, and if the cafe is, constantly open or something, maybe I'll go there and see whatever they offer. It's a dream.
You like the food there, right?
No.
Don't eat
Yeah,
the food.
Why not?
Just don't. Just don't.
Geno ZX also
why
has a
not?
story, Liquid Hate. So
As with most themed restaurants, you're paying a premium for food that's a lot less
Yeah.
quality than the price would indicate.
I will gladly
Well-
pay that though.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
hey, go for an experience, and I know a lot of people want to make their pilgrimage to the AKB cafe, and a lot of people also like going to Iwa as well. But I always like to give people fair warning with Iwa. It's not the AKB cafe; it's actually
No.
kind of a pricey restaurant, and I think some people get a little bit shocked when they show up. And then they take a look at the menu and go, "Oh, wow, I really have to spend some
They're
money
like,
here."
yeah, we're just having fun. You're having fun. All
And then
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You're going
Yeah.
to let them.
4,000 yen for
Rude.
Chateaubriand? That's like, oh my
Right.
God, what have I gotten
But-
myself in?
I thought you're going to have that thing you get when you order a drink. They put this round thing under the
Coasters.
drink.
Oh, yeah.
I-
No. When you order a drink at the AKB cafe, the girl will come over with like this glass cylinder, and there's coasters, and you can't look. You just have to pull.
It's random.
And it's all random, and so it's like I end up like drinking like 5 glasses of like crappy $3 like peach drink that's this big, but I get all these coasters and I'm happy. And then what's cool is last time I was there, there was somebody behind me, a Japanese fan with his friend, and we started trading like stuff. We traded like cards and posters. So you see a lot of trading going on there too, which can be a lot of fun. And of course, you
It's like
can't
that
forget
Pokemon
like
card.
every now and then an AKB member will stop by, or they may randomly show up. It's rare, but it happens. And then in the back hallway, there's all the pictures of the girl in the frames, and it's very emotional to see that, especially if like a girl you like, you see the outline of her frame, it's not there anymore, and you knew it was there because you were just there. That can be a bit nostalgic, so very Natsukoshi.
All right.
Regardless, it's interesting to see that. Okay.
Okay.
Go on, Robin.
We're almost reaching the end of the show already. Hours go
Oh.
fly by fast.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
have 2 more
Wow.
topics before we end it. First off, the 49th single has been revealed on AKB All Night Nippon. Hashtag Sukinanda. What do you guys think of this song?
I'll let somebody else
Haven't
go
listened
first.
to it.
Right, go ahead.
Or even have a clue. So
Okay.
Okay.
I haven't listened to the single yet. I mean,
Okay.
a couple of things to keep in mind. First of all, I've already ordered the single for the handshake ticket, so I'm already getting it regardless of what the single sounds like. Also, historically, I've always been a bigger fan of the B-sides than the A-side anyway. So I always kind of wait to see what the B-side music videos are going to look like and what they're going to sound like. And to me, that's more important. Now, eventually I'll hear Sukinanda, and I've already seen the controversy on the forum, Stage 48 forum, about the fact that they're using a hashtag, which, oh my God.
Hashtag. It's a Sashi song, and Sashi tries to be, innovative, and they haven't used it before, and she wants an idol song, so it's all like, okay, we'll get a pass. Derek,
Yeah.
you listen to the song?
Here's the thing. I don't have a problem with the name or whatever. I like the innovation. And that's Sashi, of course, but I just don't think the song's innovative. It's just run of the mill to me. When I listened to it, I've listened to it twice now. It didn't do anything. It's not catchy. I'm not sitting memorizing or like humming the chorus. When I heard Love Trip, the very first time I heard Love Trip, I was humming it. I was like, this song is badass. Like I can get behind this. This song, honestly, it's gonna be in and out of my head in 2 seconds, and it's disappointing after all the stuff that went into this year's Sousenkyo, and that is our finished product. So, like Chris, I will wait for the coupling songs because I think that's where we'll find the real gems.
Currently,
Yeah,
gonna be.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, especially the Undergirls. That unit, I can't wait to hear what they come up with. That song is going to be ridiculous. I just can't picture it not being ridiculous unless they do another like waltz garbage song like they did for the last single. So then, oh well. But anyways, go ahead.
Waltz garbage for the last single?
wow.
Oh, you mean Nagai? Yeah.
Whatever that stupid crap was. Anyways.
It was a waltz?
I don't know.
I cannot remember. It's gone.
Waltz or polka? I don't know. It's polka, I think. I don't know.
All right. I think NMB48's newest single, the Singapore song, is a lot more catchier than the
Definitely
48 song.
really cool.
And it feels
Fun.
like this is their summer single. They also revealed, of course, the CG jacket coming out. The funny thing is, to me, is like everybody is like smiling, having fun in their bikini, and then there's Sakura-tan just standing there like.
Yeah. Like,
Miyawaki.
And that's the only thing there. So there's not much to talk about yet. The song, it feels generic. Gotta wait for the MV and
Your
all the other
identity
songs that's coming up.
You mean the HKT song? HKT?
No, the 49 single. We gotta wait for the coupling songs that's coming out of there. Yeah, the HKT song though, the coupling song that has been revealed also on All Night Nippon. They sound interesting. It feels again. HKT is going again with the main single, the A-side single with Hana-chan. Again, also a generic idol song. It's happy, but it doesn't stick in my head right there.
I felt bad because I told Fujigami Mai that I really liked it, and honestly, I hadn't listened to it yet. And when I listened to it, I was like, "This is the song I told her I really liked."
Double-edged sword.
Right. Yeah, it's the songs are okay. I don't know. I do like NMBs a lot. It's kind of sad though because then I think about a certain NMB member who announced her graduation and my heart's completely destroyed. Kinoshita Momoka was one of my picks for the future of AKB and all her weirdness, and for her to announce was just absolutely devastating. Did anyone catch why she said it though? I didn't catch why. Did she have a specific reason?
No, but knowing her,
No.
she was already she came in the group not because of becoming an idol. She just wanted to earn some money, and she did. And I think she's like, I earned enough money, time to leave. Maybe that's her reason, She's like, I'm done. It's fine.
Yeah, maybe she's already sick of it. Who knows? Some members maybe get.
But I
sick.
wonder though. So, as you don't know, Momoka lives together with Sayane. And I've been predicting this, I think, since last year. that Saine will announce her graduation this year.
Mm.
And we had the new
Mayu is
single,
going as well.
with the mic throwing to Shiroma Miru being the new ace. Maybe Momoko is like, okay, I'll announce my graduation first. Let's see how that works, and then we'll go to the big one with Saine. So I think after Junken is over, Saine will announce it. That's now what I'm saying. After Junken.
Here's the thing. NMB, they lost Rirapon. They've now lost Momoka. If they lose Saine, that's going to be devastating. Also, the gentleman that me and Chris met yesterday, Nori, is a big NMB fan, and he was even telling me yesterday that Fuchan is actually, there's been a lot of rumors she's going to announce graduation. If they lose their 4 top member, I mean, it's all Shiroma at that point. I mean, her and Fresh Lemon, I mean, basically, and the other girl that's coming up pretty good in NMB that did well in Senbatsu, I forget her name, but Akron, I think. Well, there's her too. I always forget. Yeah, no, is it Kato Yuka? I forget, but I'm just saying, like, it's NMB is their ranks are getting sorely depleted. If Saine announces, I don't know, NMB might cave. But then again, I don't know, maybe not. You know, Shiroma can be a good leader, and she may turn out to be even bigger than Saine in a few years. You don't know. Saine was always Saine. Right, it was like Saine plus NMB. You know, it's always been that way, I think, in my eyes.
Sayane equals NMB, not
right.
plus.
So now maybe the group has a chance to have more of a team identity, I guess. But it's just, we'll see. But I when I saw Momoko's graduation, completely ripped my heart out and threw it out the window, and then a car ran over the heart, and now I'm dead. Basically, that's how I feel. Just destructive, man. Can't believe it. Why, Momoka?
I'm actually a little bit upset about the Riripon that she's still. You know what? I'm gonna stay a month, and with no repercussion or anything. Oh, and we lost Chris.
Oh, you lost Chris. He'll come back.
Oh, there he is. Okay, we lost you for one moment.
I shut the camera off because I was getting bad connection again.
Okay. The Riripon case, you know what? Even though the whole marriage thing is taken lightly, I still don't think she's allowed to be there because, you know, betraying all the members and betraying the trust. That's what I find more severe than the whole marriage announcement. It's weird that she's still there. So when she leaves, it doesn't feel like NMB has a big loss anymore because she announced it in such a way.
The moment she announced that marriage thing, it was like already, you know, I'm not sure how to, you know, put it into words. Like you're already putting yourself aside.
Moved
already,
on.
That kind of thing, you know. Yeah.
I think NMB will be fine. There are a lot of potential members there. You know, let's see how Shiroma Miru does it first in NMB. I'm still waiting for the shuffle. I'm still waiting for the shuffle since like now a year. Someday it will happen.
Chris, we keep saying there's going to be a big shuffle. We've been saying it for like a year now. We thought it'd be last Junkin, but they didn't.
No.
So
NMB or intergroup?
Just
or
everyone.
Whole group. They
massive
need it.
Shuffle.
It needs to happen.
Interesting.
There are a lot of members that are just need to be in different groups.
We're kind of hoping Hirate from Kea gets shuffled somehow in, because that would be ridiculous.
I don't think that we're gonna. Speaking of her, quickly.
Let's see some angry fans.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it'd be crazy.
But speaking of Tetsuya, quickly, she's now canceling her handshake event. That's coming up. I think she's still showing the effects of the attack that happened there. I learned a little bit more about Tetsuya because she was on a program and talked about her favorite music. Yeah, she's into like death metal and very dark songs. So yeah, she is the dark idol.
Not?
It's pretty fun.
Why not?
I love it. I love that she's the leader of Kea, and she's that. And she's not like the Hinosha Momoka of Kea. She is the Saine of Kea.
Did you guys
that's pretty cool.
Did you guys see the performance on from Keikazaka doing the Sakamichi AKB song? So much better. They even upped the performance compared to that. It's more intense than the actual Sakamichi AKB. Well, yeah, Takahiro is a genius, so that can help. Okay, I think we're almost at the hour mark. As usual.
Just one quick question, for the three of you and the viewers later on. I want to ask, like, you know, what what do you think is the difference between fans who are DD and fans who only Oshi 1 to 2 members only? You know, like just like myself, like I can only give certain like strong affections to only 1 to 2 members.
Yeah. You're free to have your own what you like, right? If you go 100% for one member, or you go like maybe 50% for this one or this one, or you like them all, but you like one of them slightly a little bit more. I think for my case, you know, I'm an Nachan Oshi, but I like a lot of members of Team 4. Haha, Nachan fan here.
Yeah. Because as we mentioned earlier, we were talking about Janken as well. Who knows, like the fans who got bored there are maybe fans who of only 1 to 2 members, so they're not really DD, so they get bored quickly, and you know this is boring.
Maybe
there's nothing else to do or support if their favorite members have already lost, and what am I doing here? You know, that kind of thing.
Chris, what were you gonna say? You had something to say about that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Nura. I'm sorry.
About what?
About the Oshi.
The DD and 1 to 2 member.
Well, like Rob said, you know, you have to just support the group on your own terms. I mean, you know, if you want to like a lot of members, that's fine. I mean, you know, nobody's telling you that there's a way that you're supposed to run like this group. But I think that sometimes we get tied into this, what does it mean to Oshi somebody? And I think sometimes when people say, well, I've got 12 Oshis, I've got 12 Oshis, it comes off as a little bit insincere, because what they're doing is they're using the term Oshi, and what they really say is, I like a lot of members. And Oshi really doesn't mean that. It's actually a physical supporting of the members. And I always say, you know, think about it from a member's point of view. If I went up to a member and said, you are my Oshiman, I Oshi you, are they thinking, oh, I'm one of their 20 Oshimen? Or do they think, I'm their Oshi, they're number 1, that's how they interpret.
And then they see you on the next lane supporting some else member, and they're like, okay,
you're my Oshiman.
Yeah.
You know, I know guys that do that. You know, they tell every girl that they Oshi them.
Well,
some members may be heartbroken. Some are used to it.
If I read the tweets from Andy, his stories, his interactions with handshake events are pretty fun. Some of them are really like, yeah, you know, you should go see this member, or you know, you should get this member. So some members know, like, you know, don't focus all your attention on me, go focus on others. But some others are like, so why are you going to her when you're not supposed to be with me? It happens. You know, that roughly gets in there.
If I'm mistaken, that happens to Tiffany, because she visits both Nachan and Mako, and sometimes other members. And sometimes Mako and Nachan would have lanes next to each other, and Mako would realize that Tiffany's at Nachan, and she'll be like, "What are you doing there?"
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But of course, I think they're just joking, because you know, she's my best friend.
They're joking, but they also mean it a little bit. There's always a small bit of truth over there. How would you feel like? It's like someone came up to you and was like, you're amazing, you're a great artist and everything on that side, and it's like, one moment, hey, you're the best artist I ever seen, and it's like next to you. How do you feel? It's like, you just told me the same thing.
Yeah. Well, I guess the thing is, okay, if that artist is really next to me and I judge their work as well, and frankly speaking, I always see other people's works are much better than me. So I'm not surprised if people would say that. Plus, I've been, following AKB for so long. I understand how this works. So I'm not going to take it, into heart that strongly. I guess the thing is, I've never really experienced it. I may feel hurt a bit, but this is what happens.
There you go. That's the same feeling.
I actually don't really have much to add, because I agree with everyone's points here. I will just say this really quickly. I love my Oshitani. I love her a lot. I've definitely supported her. I bought everything I can for her. But after meeting somebody like Kaotan, I can't say I'm like an Oshi because I love Kawatani. I was so blown away by her. Moriyasu Madoka, when I met her, I never had an interest in that girl, and after the Kami handshake I had with her, I'm thinking, oh my god, I have to support this girl. And so I don't want to be told, hey, I gotta only be one certain way. It's like Chris said, you know, we all are, we're all DD. Because and I want to be, because there's 300 plus girls to enjoy. That's the beauty of AKB. Why in a way, why limit yourself to just one? Unless you have some strange, huge connection to them, which is cool if you do, but I don't. I love Tani, but I certainly love all these other members too, and I can't wait to show them more and more that I do. But yes, I will buy Tani's stuff. I will support her financially. Maybe not the other ones I won't, but I will certainly go see them. I will talk to them. I will not lie to them and say that they're my Oshi, but I'll definitely let them know I like them. You know,
Yeah,
I think that's the best I can do.
Okay.
I guess it's just the fact that you need to show them that, you know, you're doing great. Just basically encourage them to make themselves feel good, because some members, I believe, they feel like, I'm nothing compared to this member, and frankly speaking, I think some of them may go into a bit of depression once in a while. So this, even if you're not their one and only Oshi, they feel, they're beloved or something like that.
Sure, absolutely.
All right. Let's go to recommendations for next week. Chris, why don't you start off us? What do you recommend for watching next week on AKB stuff?
For watching?
Watching, listening,
well,
anything.
I would say, coming up this coming month is Wasamin's re-release of her sixth single, Sabakaido, and it's going to have different covers and all new B-sides and a different version of the Sabakaido music video. So watch out for that. It's still 3 weeks away, but it's coming.
Okay, that's awesome.
Very cool.
Derek?
You know what? I would say if they do a live stream, check out the Tokyo Idol Festival next weekend. I'm gonna be there all 3 days. I'm gonna be right up front, and yes, be jealous. You should be. But I would say I assume they will have streams or at least digest videos. I'm sure Paul will put it up on AKB Daily. But I would hope I'd hope everyone could check that out, because I have a feeling it's going to be insane. You have all these amazing groups there, so that would be my recommendation. Be on the lookout next weekend for that. That's going to be awesome.
We'll see, because next week I have to go travel somewhere.
What about you, Nura?
As for me, there's nothing coming for me except for next week. I'm going to Malaysia for a few days to renew my visa, since I'm studying there right now. To some viewers, you guys may not know that I'm actually on hiatus at the moment from subbing. I am still on a hiatus, but once in a while I would help some other groups like Nakama 48, who works on 48 show. I would sometimes help them to translate some stuff, and recently Suki 48 as well asked for my help, and I did. And right now I'm working for Nakama 48 for a while. So
awesome.
I guess,
Awesome. Jonathan, right? Yeah.
That's about my subbing business. I still hope that the viewers still visit my blog, because right now I need a bit of support for my comments, my illustrations, and I'm actually working on an AKB48 comic at the moment. Certain members only, and I have some illustrations done, though some are, you know what I mean.
Yes, okay,
Just check it out.
Just click, don't ask.
Yeah. Click at your own risk. That's my code.
Nura, I'm very excited about that. And by the way, a huge thank you to you for your subs. You allowed me to enjoy Nachan in a way I never thought I could, because you're so into her, and plus you have all your other subs. You've been a real inspiration over the past couple years with what you've done, and I understand you take a hiatus, you do whatever you want, but I would say whenever you have a second to get back to something, boy, I can't wait, because you're really good at it. And
Don't worry.
Your subs are very easy to understand. So thank you. And from everybody who watches your subs, I think I can collectively speak for them. Thank you so much. Seriously.
All right.
Huge thing.
Just watch out. Maybe I'll post something out of nowhere. Okay, in Nemosu TV. Who knows?
Oh,
knows,
don't
maybe.
tease
That's a
me!
hint.
Don't
Yep.
tease me. That'd be awesome.
So that's all for me.
Yeah, the recommendation. There's not, the usual. I would say watch Kea Bingo, watch AK Bingo, Nemesu TV, AKB48 show, Nogizaka Under Construction.
Nogi Bingo.
Really getting out of our Nogi Bingo is not on yet. They'll be later this fall, I believe. After Kea Bingo is done, they'll start Nogi Bingo 9 already, I think. Been crazy. Request Hour, it has been out now, so if you have a chance to find
I
it,
just finished downloading.
that's a good watch to do. And that's pretty much it for this week. You can go ahead, Derek.
I was just gonna say quick shout out to I guess Chris left. Chris, I just wanted to say thank you for being on the show too. It's been a long time coming. Again, you're my Kami senpai,
Nice
but I also
senpai.
think in general, if you want to learn something about AKB's older years all the way up, check Chris's stuff out because honestly, like you've been there since the beginning and you've been very humble about it. You don't shove that in anyone's face. It took me a while just for you to talk to me about all that stuff. I like that about you, but I also think because you've had this experience where you've been an AKB fan, then you turn into this Wasserman diehard fan, and now you're kind of been, dwelling in the AKB world for a while, even though you said you were gonna maybe take a break, and I'm so happy you haven't. And then on top of that, you do other things in the idol world. You're not just AKB. You've done stuff with Festive and a lot of new groups. I don't know. If you, as anybody watching this, needs to understand what it means to be an idol fan, check Chris's blog out and check his stuff out, and most of all, check out what he says on the forums because I think you'll learn something. I've learned something. I think you will too. So thank you, Chris. Again, huge honor to have you on the show.
Thank you, Derek. Yeah, definitely
Thank
read
you.
my blog and comment on my blog. I haven't had a comment on my blog in ages.
You haven't. No one comments.
But
Careful, some comments may be
further than that,
dangerous.
I get people who send me private messages on the Stage 48 forum all the time, and I'm always happy to answer those questions and see if I can point people in the right direction if they have confusion about how to see a show or where to go or how to go. I'm happy to answer those questions, and I think a lot of people who have asked me could tell you that. So yeah, send me a message. I'll always do my best to respond and try to get the best tip.
All right. Well, Derek, you'll continue your adventures in Japan for a while.
Till next week. I'm so excited. I got plenty of shows coming up, and a really, really big show on Tuesday with Yanakoto Sotomuto and Gang Parade and Mason Booker, all kinds of great groups. And then, of course, the Tokyo Idol Festival where I will see every group except NMB. And I know, I'm just rubbing it in because I can. No, I have a lot of shows coming up. Yeah. I want to see Festive with you, so we have to make that happen. I'm going to go see Oyasumi Hologram. I'm excited about that too. On Gusto Drop, I'm going to see them for the very last time, probably ever tomorrow. So I'm very sad because they're breaking up, and they announced it while I was here.
Oh.
But I will see them one more time. I saw them last week at Zep Tokyo, got a black eye at the show. I got a boot print on my face. It was the most insane concert. And I saw Hanako-san finally, and that was the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life. So, more adventures to come this week, but yes.
All right.
I can't wait for the Tokyo Idol Festival. It's going to be awesome. Yes.
Then
Very cool.
I would say with that, thank you for watching this week's episode of 48 Talk. We'll see you next time then. Bye, everybody.
See you guys.
Bye.